Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the school of the future. Thinkers that can help us to resolve the question are Mahatma Gandhi, Maria Montessori, and John Dewey.
Gandhi's philosophy of education is comprehensive. Science education should achieve the harmonious development of child's body, mind, heart, and soul. By education, I mean an all-around drawing out of the best in child and man, body, mind, and spirit. Literacy is not the end of education, not even the beginning. It is one of the means whereby man and woman can be educated. Mahatma Gandhi redefines what investment is by raising the problem of education. When we talk about investing, we don't mean only in a monetary way. We also think of an investment in human capital, which is not only defined but your job skills. The biggest criticisms that Gandhi make of Western society is that they educate their young people to be machines, not to be humans. Teachers not only teach facts about daily events, they must also develop human values in the child. Clearly, it is a joint responsibility with parents and it must be covered from plurality of thought. However, as citizens, they must adapt to certain roles of coexistence to achieve the general welfare. For the school in the future, it's necessary to find a way to make education a pleasure. It seeks that from a young age, children feel happy to go to school to learn, that they don't see it as a punishment, and much less as an obligation. We like to think of education as a path. The path will be as long, tedious, or fun as you decide. And that's our point. As much as we may seek a universal education system, not all people seek the same type of education. Therefore, before generalizing it, it is important to understand that each context is different and that the context should not be adapted to education. We seek to promote an adaptive, inclusive, and pluralistic education that is based on certain universal principles, such as that everyone should know how to read and write. You must have basic notions of about mathematics. You must learn about climate change and understand what you can do to mitigate it. There should also be gender equality classes, because despite the fact that in some cultures sexism is normalized, it doesn't want to say that it is good. It is good. And education is a transformative tool that, if we use in a appropriate way, it can achieve great changes. For us, education is not only training the mind, it is also necessary to train the spirit and the body. We think that as an integral beings, we have to seek balance in our lives because itself should not be an end. It must be a means to improve the reality of people. We seek to promote an education that cares not only for individual development. We believe that as society it is essential that from an early age we work as a team and that we see this is as a strength and not as an weakness.
The thinker who most influenced us in terms of structure and organization of our school proposal was Maria Montessori, along with her method that is applied in different schools around the world today. This is why we want the school environment to be an independent place where children are free to choose what they want to do in the classroom. But independence goes hand in hand with responsibility and autonomy. They must be able to get to the classroom, greet the people who will accompany them throughout the day, organize the projects they carry with them in certain places, and know where they sit and what to do when they arrive. Regarding the structure that we have designed for our school, we want it to be a friendly environment so that children can interact with everything around them. Highlighting the importance of young children, as Montessori did, is a great concern that we have. For this reason, within the classrooms, there will also be places to rest with colors and shapes that are attractive to children.
Now I'm going to talk about the pedagogy of the future school. Our learning process follows the principles of John Dewey. He believed that education should be based on the principle of learning through doing. Also, he said that education is changing, and it is in a constant reorganization and reconstruction. For him, it is important that education prepare the person for the future life, and this only happens if the person could make full and effective use of his abilities. He said that education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. Fixing the student must be the protagonist of his learning process. First, it is necessary to discover the strength, weakness, and interests of the student. Later, it's possible to choose a curriculum based in this information. For elementary school, learning is based in games. Kids do a lot of activities that like games for them, but have different components that the child must develop to recognize numbers, letters, textures, values, spatial location, rules, community life, etc. Later, kids will learn how to read, write, and start to recognize what subjects are interesting for him. For high school, we design different curriculums based in the preference of the students. Natural science, engineering, art, social science. This curriculum have certain subjects obligatory, but the student can choose a particular emphasis. Finally, technology plays an important role in the future school because it gives the opportunity to be more innovative in the learning process, design applications to work in the concepts learned, and to have an extended scope. About the good use of technology, we have as example Khan Academy, created for Salman Khan. This gives to the students a more active processing of information. Also, he has broader scope for students around the world. This author talked about a modular evaluation too. We think that the future school should have this system of evaluation. Modular approach shifts traditional methods of instruction to an outcome-based learning paradigm. Modularization is based on the principle of dividing the curriculum into small discrete modules. In this way, the student is evaluated for a process and not for a result. There is a continuous process of construction that allows a student to discuss about he has learned. Thank you for your attention. Bye.